Good morning. I'm surprised I'm only 2 minutes past the hour. Welcome, everybody. My name's Margaret. You're on my channel, which means you're on Booktube. I hope that is a good place for you to be. I have all my ducks in a row, so we're going to get started pretty soon with a productivity sprint. And that's because on this channel, Taste Life Twice, we get shit done. So it's a final Friday, which means I have 9 to 11 productivity sprints, about an hour of working alongside each other and encouraging productivity, planning, reading, writing, whatever we're trying to get done and needs a little extra nudge. So I am feeling pretty smug. I've already been to an exercise class and back today. So I'm going to take a moment. Usually my first sprint is always like gathering my thoughts, which is completely fine. I encourage people to do this as well as like before you get into your to-do list. Check your list, reflect, let your mind wander in all the crevices of like the things that you're working on so that you can go, oh yes, that I meant to think about that. Oh, yes. Hi, Leo. Leo will be doing day job productivity, but it's been too long since I had to join. I was just thinking of this morning when I was walking back and looking across at the pedestrian bridge when we walked over there that one day. That was fun. So yeah, long walks this week. I hope you are getting out and walking as well. Let's set up a spooky timer today because, it's almost October. Let's see. I want to let's see what it'll let me do. What is it? I'm trying to change the layout, but it's being a bit of a weird punk. So anyway, one of the things that I thought I would do in between sprints today is talk about the Readathons coming up for October. So we'll start with 20 minutes. Get our thoughts together and our to-do lists humming, and then take a little break and talk about books, because that's a fun way. That's the spoonful of sugar for me. So I do have a spoonful of sugar in my tea. I do have several stacks of books around me, and of course, lots of large format paper and colorful pens. So those will come out in the next 20 minutes. So I guess we'll just jump in. I will see you, and I will mute myself so you don't hear any weird noises while I'm working, and see you in 20 minutes. Boop. I paused us a little there because I needed a few more seconds to get a piece of paper out from my little notebook here. I'm still like arranging myself. You know how it is. Oh my gosh, don't leave a highlighter cap off. Okay, welcome back. We had our first 20-minute sprint. How did you do? Why is StreamYard being all weird? Okay. It's hiding the comment tab from me. So, what you're working on, let me know in the comments. I'm going to say hello to the people who came in. We've got Maggie came by and Morgan said hello. And Jim had a thought that was the same as my thought yesterday when I saw I have 888 subscribers. And that's a lucky numbers in Chinese. And also, what else thinks 8 is lucky? Is it just Chinese that thinks it's like heavenly? Because that's what the impression I get. Emma Bennett bopped in to boop the button. Leo saw me hold up my card, so I'm sending a card to my mom. I've been thinking about it for a couple days, and it's been sitting on the desk, and before it gets covered over, I wanted to send it. You know, some snail mail for boost morale. Andy stopped by. Hello, hello. Very lucky number indeed. 8 likes on the button. Oh, nice. I didn't see that part. JC saying hello. Happy Friday, everybody. Are people feeling productivity minded? Is that why you're stopping in? Yes, JC is here. The party may now begin. Nice. Friday. Yep. Yes, I figured Andy would notice this because it happens without his doing it on purpose on his channel. Crazy. Not that he clock watches. Maggie spent all the time catching up on email that I haven't opened for 2 days, which is fine. Your pace, right? You're setting the pace of your life. Oh, 888. Okay, we got the same number again. Sounds good. So what I did besides write the letter card to my mom was figure out see, I never do this. I think I'll have time at the end of the month and then time runs out. But I've got some very specific videos that I can do recommendation videos for. Sorry, readathons that I can do recommendations videos for. So I'm going to start sketching out planning for those videos so that I can put them out in October so people can actually watch them in time to plan for November because they're November readathons. What I didn't do that for was Victober. I mean, I did witchy, cozy, and gothic recommendations on Wednesday, so check that out if you haven't. But I didn't do readathon specific like Victober. So one of my little sprint break activities today was going to be I just read my own scroller bar, was going to be sharing my readathon TBR for October, since it's in 2 days. So what are the 2 readathons? So let me pop those up first to let people know. Oh, papers everywhere. Okay, so the readathons are so one you guys have probably heard me talk about before, and it's got 5 co-hosts, but I'm just going to put in one so you can find one and then you'll find them all. Marissa is a friend who's been on the channel here before, and she is helping co-host Victober. I am most intrigued by Roz's challenge or prompt, but there's 5 co-hosts and 5 prompts and like a bonus read along book. And so I've got all the prompts covered actually with 3 books. So we'll see. Let's see, Victober. I've got like the classic that I really want to have read because I've heard things that say it's outdated and no longer worthy of being a classic, but I've never read it, so I don't understand a lot of the references. Uncle Tom's Cabin by Harriet Beecher Stowe. So this is going to satisfy the third prompt, which is an author new to me. I've never read Harriet Beecher Stowe. So that's for Victober. And then Leonard Merrick is the author of Mr. Bazalgette's Agent, which is British Library crime classics. This satisfies 3 prompts. Author new to me, never even heard of him. Number 2, what was number 2? That was first person narrative. So I just like looked in this and it's first person. And also prompt number 4, I think I'm getting these numbers right. I just wrote the numbers, not the prompts, which is the New Woman. That might be 2. Anyway, a New Woman novel, because this is actually about a lady sleuth. It's a male author, but he's writing about a lady sleuth in the 1880s. So I'm really like excited that I happened on this like reprint of a sort of forgotten Victorian novel and can try that out. And then we've got my final one, Agnes Grey, another classic that I have not ever read. So author new to me yet again. And number 1, number 1 was an outsider, I think. So she's a governess going into a household like all the Bronte novels are. And well, not all, but you know. And that's the outsider prompt. And then number 5 has to do with class, and that is Roz's challenge of scallywandling about the books. So that is sort of my jam, talking about class inequality and, you know, how people struggle against it and how people find ways to be humans despite it. So those are the 3. Plus, you know, I was doing that whole Scottember thing and I had all these like Scottish memoirs. I got through 1. This is 2 volumes in 1 book binding. So I'm going to count that a victory. It was very fascinating, and there's lots of research details. Memoirs of a Highland Lady by Elizabeth Grant. And so this has got me very interested. I keep dropping all these flags in my Google Maps around the Cairngorms. And this made me buy, okay, I don't have it, it's by my bed, The Living Mountain by Nan Shepherd yesterday when I walked into a bookstore. And that is all about the Cairngorms in Scotland. So maybe I will get to volume 2 of this, another 350 pages of highly detailed memoir accounts. But we'll see. The other ones are going to be more of a priority because while I like her voice, I can give it a rest for a little bit. But Elizabeth Grant, pretty cool. So that's my Victober. I'm going to pause here and catch up with the chat saying hi to BC Brown, fellow writing weirdo. Love it. And Andy says, I'm very organized with the video planning. I'm horrible with that. Well, you see, I didn't do it for October. So, you know, just falling down and picking myself back up. That's what I tend to do. I understand where you're coming from, but with video planning, I'm great at story planning, but shit at video planning. Hey, this is not your regularly scheduled Zoomy time. Anyway, and BC Brown says, I'm working on the urban fantasy sequel to Flambeau, and I hope to get to planning some new videos to record soon. Nice. I think the planning is so much more fun than like recording. The lives are fun because you get interaction, but the planning and the like, what should I do for this? What should I do for that? And, that's just so much fun to me. Oh, hello. We've got some more Booktube folks. Hi, Beth Ann. Hello. I sent your contest winning package on Monday, I think. So you might be getting it soon. Yay. Fireside chat winner. Reminder, we have a fireside chat tonight every second Friday. So it's going to be Novel Idea. She is my guest this evening, 5 p.m. Pacific. And we'll be doing reading. I don't want to say sprints because it's going to be relaxed. So reading co's. A reading co's. I don't know. That's a word. Why did it skip? Okay. So I think we're answering my question about what you're working on. Maggie has 3 beta reads, or if you're Emma, beta reads with comments to do in October. Nice. I've got several arcs to review, which is a different beast, I guess, because they're already published. Yeah. Or not beta reading before the published date. Jim says, I have to put together my October TBR. Yep. My October, it's not a TBR, it's more a pile of possibilities because you saw I have 4 books for Victober. I've also got a bunch for Blackoweenathon. So I'll do that at the next break because I realize I'm talking a lot, so I'll save it for the next time. If Bean is zooming, we should get to see it. But that's problematic because he zooms like a bunch of different directions. I don't know how I'm supposed to capture that with my rudimentary camera skills. Jim says he's got Martin Chuzzlewit on the list. Yes. But then asking the key question, do you stick to your TBRs? And yes, can't wait. I'm not sure what that's about. Maybe the Blackoweenathon comment. Jim says, I will pick up books that are not on my TBR. Right. So flexible. We're flexible. Tag the troll. Hello, hello. Hi. Jim says, I had 10 books on my September TBR. I read 5 of them and added 5 that weren't on it. That to me is a very balanced approach. All right. Let's transition into our next sprint. And then during the next break, I'll go over Blackoweenathon picks and ask a different question. But feel free to tell me what you're working on while we're working alongside. Let's do another 20 minutes of fun. Oh, did I land exactly on 20 and then second guess myself? Yes, I did. We're good at that. Okay. So let's pop into another 20-minute sprint. Get your productivity on. Have fun. I'll mute myself and be here working alongside you. Okay, I unmuted myself 5 seconds before the end. Did you guys hear the crackling fire during the video when I was muted? I'm always curious. I don't think it works the same every time. Or maybe my brain just rearranges the details every time. But if you did, let me know in the comments. I was going to say hello, Jordan Mahoney. Hey, what have you guys been up to? What you've been reading and writing? Welcome. I have let people know that 2 readathons I'm participating on in October are Victober and Blackoweenathon. And I've given my little TBR pile of possibilities for Victober. And during this break, I'm going to dive into the Blackoweenathon. And it's going to be a liberal interpretation of the prompts. So, yeah. And then we had JC Carpenter talking, BC Brown, Tog the Troll, lots of people. Got up to get a drink, and the sprint turned into cleaning my sink. Yep, that happens. I notice that sometimes I feel like I can't do one thing on its own. I have to do 2 things at once because I feel so pressed. And people just chatting with each other while I was focused on other things. But I did see Nick come in. Hello, sliding by to say hi. Lovely, dear. Nice to see you. Beth Ann headed off to a meeting. Thanks for coming in. All right. Shannon says she's working on updating her backlist metadata. Oh, MK Williams lit a fire. I see how it's going. I actually, you know what's funny? I have this from when I was planning for August. I have find new website designer. Yep, didn't do that. Have all manuscripts in draft to digital. Didn't do that. And redo memories hostage. So then in September, it was update interior details ISBNs. I put this on my list. It just never rises to the top. So I told MK, I'm like, yeah, now I can't pretend it's not there anymore. Thanks a lot for putting out that video. Oh, it's all fun and games. So I was working on, well, I had to do some overlays for the Blackoweenathon TBR, but I was then also working on my nonfiction November Rex, but there's no prompts yet. So I just put that one on hold. My native November Rex, and I just went through books that I had read for previous Indigathons that are now Skoden, and I don't know what Kim will be doing for this November, but I want to be ready. And Historathon. If you don't know, Historathon is a year-long readathon to encourage people to read nonfiction history. And they have divided the year into 4 quarters, and the last quarter is 1820 to the present. Oh, it's my era. Finally. I don't really care much about the eras before then. So I will be jumping in for Q4 because Booktube is open and welcoming like that, right? Right? Historathon folks? I hope so. I hope so. Nia's here to say hello, hello. Just in time. Okay, so let me jump over to my overlays here. I've got the prompts and the book titles that I think are going to satisfy them. So here's the deal. Bree has put a lot of thought into Blackoweenathon over the years. I think this is the 4th year she's doing it. She's won an award for it, I just saw this morning, which is very cool. And last year she did self-care, like subscription boxes, kind of like a tier fulfillment thing. And this year it's like almost like a phone game where you farm and you're like looking after your little virtual creatures. So she has a map of a little town, or like Michael's Rider Town, like when he does a thing and there's all the little things on the map that you can stop and different sprints for people. She has a map that's like different locations, and you read books to satisfy different prompts. And from year to year now, if you satisfy all the prompts in one area, you get like a badge for that area. So it's very gamification oriented. Anyway, I cannot do anything that intensely readathon wise. So the way I am going to participate in Blackoweenathon is doing a book for 4 of the 6 areas that Bree has mapped out. So let me pop her link in there in case this makes no sense at all. The purpose of the readathon behind all this gamification stuff is to read books by Black authors that are mystery or crime related, like crime fiction. And so she's got all these prompts that are about some are cozy, some are supernatural, some are body horror. So she's got like lots of different subgenres and like other things that can also be true at the same time as crime fiction. But I don't seem to have that many crime fiction and mystery authors that are Black authors. So mine are, as I said, more liberally interpreted Black authors, but like the crime and mystery is less apparent and the prompt is more what I'm going on. So to illustrate, let's see, we've got St. Treem's Graveyard is one of the places on the game map. And let's see, number 5 for that. Basically, I looked at all my lists, and I have ebooks and audiobooks and a new signed hardcover, which I mentioned in the chat, that will be satisfying 4 of these many, many prompts that Bree has. I won't be getting a badge. It's fine. So the first one that I thought of that I've really wanted to read is Redemption in Indigo by Karen Lord. And there's another booktuber, Angela. She's very big. She reads a lot of sci-fi fantasy and she loves Karen Lord. And so this has been on my TBR for years. And it's short. It's just an ebook. So it keeps dropping off my radar. So this is going to go on my list for Blackoweenathon's St. Treem number 5. The next one I've got is another author that I've heard great things about for Dread Nation, but it's her next book, Rust in the Root by Justina Ireland. This is an audiobook that I have, and it's for Ruby's Crew with a K, number 2. So you'll find that it's like Louisiana voodoo, sort of Cajun themed map. Part of it is because that's what like Bree's experience or enjoyment in these topics lies. So she's gotten real creative with the titles and names. Ruby's Crew number 2, Rest in the Root. I'm trying to remember how I matched these up last night, but it was late. I bet no one has read this because it's pretty new, but that's on my list. Let's see, Mac Little. So this I learned about through an AuthorTube interview, I think with Go Indie Now. And Mac Little's book is called Daughter of Hades. It's first in a series. It's got pirates, as you can see, but it's historical. And it also, so it's like someone who has escaped slavery, but then their former owner tries to like get them back. And so they're building this new life, but then there's like contesting of it. So this is the Bayou prompt number 1. And very excited because I've also got an indie title in here, as well as being format inclusive. I'm being type of publication inclusive. And the last one is like the very exciting, probably the closest to an actual crime fiction, The Fraud by Zadie Smith. It's my signed copy, which I just got yesterday. And I carried this back and it didn't rain on me, which is great. So this is one of the books I was talking about recently that mimics a style of a 19th century novel, right? So I talked about Babel mimicking a Bildungsroman from Victorian literature. And this is Zadie Smith's interpretation of a Dickens novel. Dickens is well, maybe not a interpretation of a Dickens novel, but Dickens is a minor character in this, and it deals with an actual historical episode of someone who came back from Australia and tried to claim an inheritance, and they couldn't tell if it was actually him. Some people believed him, some people didn't. But the main character in this book is someone else who is a witness to help corroborate that person's claiming of the inheritance, and we don't know who's telling the truth and who is lying and a fraud. And it goes from Jamaica and Australia to England, and like time slips and different backgrounds, all with this like style of Dickens in the telling. So the reviews have very like wildly, crazily like differing things to say. I have never read a Zadie Smith, so I'm excited to read a new author to me, a subject that is near and dear to my heart with the like 19th century actual court case. Also Australia, since I've started reading about Australia for Stray of September, is in there. And like it just seems to be a lot of different elements that I'm sort of zinging and pinging right now. So I think this will be a great choice for Blackoweenathon. So a hardcover new, an ebook, and an audiobook. So I think, I mean, that's a pile of possibilities. That's 4. Again, like my 4 for Victober. I don't know if I'll get through all of them because some of them are quite long, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, that's the information in the chat if you want to go check out. Locked Booktition is the channel, and I'm directing you to Bree's community tab because she keeps posting on there people who are doing the TBRs, so you can get to know different strategies for the game or different titles that might be interesting to you, and they'll probably veer more toward actual mystery, cozy mystery, supernatural mystery, crime, like violent crime, which I'm not as much into. But like I said, I sort of liberally interpreted Black authors who are doing something where something goes wrong in historical and in supernatural and stuff like that. So hopefully Bree will be okay with that. Kat is here. Cat's Novel Adventures. Say hello, boop the like button. Appreciate that. Thank you, friend. JC says, I love Zadie Smith, but haven't read that one. Yeah, it's super new. I think it just came out like 3 weeks ago. So I went to one of my local stores, and like I said, I saw the V.E. Schwab signed hardcover, and I was like, I can't pay $29 for a young adult book that I will love probably, but like won't be able to keep it on my space. It's shelf. It takes up too much space. But this I could like really see loving and discussing. And so this one I sprung for the new hardcover price. Sometimes I regret it, but you know, I especially a new Black author, like let's do it. So that's my Blackoweenathon pile of possibilities, and those are really the 2 readathons in October that I'm focusing on. Okay, are we ready to jump back to a sprint for another video planning session? Just a reminder, in case you weren't here the last time, I also have a live stream tonight where I'm welcoming Novel Idea, who is a fellow booktuber, and we'll just be doing reading sessions. And since I finished my Scottember Volume 1 book, I think I might be reading a little bit more of Fatal Shore, which is my Stray of September book. I'm no hope of finishing that, but we'll see. We'll see how far I get. Kay Simmons, hi. Hope everyone is well. Just finished enjoying lunchtime with my kiddo. Back to work. Booped the like. Thank you. All right. Is there anything else? I think I'm ready to jump into a final sprint. Yeah, let's make it a little bit longer. So I'll back it up to 25 minutes. And if JC is here still, I can hear her go, yay! Oh, and let me know if you could hear the crackling fire at the end or before I turned it on. Yes. It's interesting. It's very detail heavy. So yeah, it's just taking me through it slowly. Oh, right. 45 minutes down to 25. Boop. Pew. Close enough. So you can hear the crackle now. Let's see if you can hear it when I mute in 6 seconds. Happy productivity. Oh, I forgot to put the question up. I'll put that up for the sprint. Boop.
I even started to notice some of the hair growing back at the end of the first bottle.
This has lovely. Hi, we're back from our third and final sprint. We got a little over an hour done. I was just working on an email. I didn't realize. Oh, we were careening towards the end of the timer. So, what did everyone think of the question? I don't think anyone has responded to it. Melissa popped in. Melissa, I think, is doing her productivity-a-thon, Readathon this weekend, which is very exciting. If you want to pop that in, feel free. Dropping a link, I mean. Let's see if you have a wrench. Yes, you do. Okay. So that's exciting. More opportunities to work with friends. I had a question because I was looking for nonfiction November recommendations, and I was going through and I was like, do I exclude poetry? Is poetry sometimes nonfiction? I don't know. Because if it's not fiction, it should be nonfiction. That's a set and an opposite of a set. This is a mathematical logic question, which I'm not great at. But then where does poetry go? I couldn't say. And then Thog responded with another sort of puzzle. It's like asking whether it's really a bed if the frame is metal and not wooden, which I don't think is exactly the right parallel, but I appreciate the thought. Morning Star is here. Thumbs up. Happy writing. BC Brown is complaining about the day job, right? Nia is just saying hello. Felicia came in. Dreaming Truth, that author. Hi. R.C. Scott came in with some lightning bolts. But it's not Thursday. It's Friday. Freitag. Yes. Just Eva came in, said hello. Oh, BC Brown has responded to the question. My September goals went well. Actually, I wanted to restart my YouTube channel, start co-writing the sequel to Flambeau with Sako, and finish revisions to my first book almost. Yay! Oh my gosh, that's baller. Well done. Jim's books reading and stuff. I've finished Savage Skies. It was good. And that doesn't ring a bell. So let us know who that is. Eva's laughing at my ad and the fact that I'm slow to get back from the timer. Thank you. Yeah, right? Eva says, pretty okay. I didn't finish any of the things, but I'm very close, and October goals are the same. If you didn't know, Jasiva has some goals for people to sign up for and submit things, and you can see those on Instagram. So that's pretty cool. I like that. I see the updates there. Things were written, says Thog. 255 words. Yay! Shannon is still working on metadata. Yep, it's a PETA, isn't it? Poetry is its own classification, but it can be one or the other. Yeah. Just I'm puzzled by that. Maybe someone who's got more philosophical cred can explain it. Poetry is not fiction or nonfiction, but its own genre that focuses on rhythm and a certain number of syllables, lines, or stanzas. I don't think poetry fits into either. It's its own thing. Okay. Well, all right. There's a writing challenge soon. Pay to play NYC Midnight. That is a rhyming story. That'd be fiction, but it's not called poetry. Interesting. So that's one of the devices of poetry stolen for the fiction contest. Interesting. Well, it's just that you can write a fictional story in poetry. That used to be the norm. Or you can write about your observations and feelings, which isn't fiction. That makes sense to me. Morgan says, did I have goals for September? I have no idea, but it was an okay month. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Jim says, Savage Skies is a fantasy by Kat Ross, the first book I've read by her. It was an arc from Book Sirens. Ooh, okay. I've heard of Book Sirens, like another sort of NetGalley type thing. Kat Ross, I have not heard of. So I'm glad it was good. Sometimes you never know, but Nice. BC Brown, I plan on subbing my books to the website. Yay for Bookend Lane. Waiting only because I have new covers coming soon. Ooh, me too. And don't want you to have to do extra work. That's valid. Kay Simmons says, I think poetry can be both fiction and nonfiction, depending on the subject matter. Yeah. And yay, we're getting more books into Bookend Lane. Kay says, I am close to finishing most of my September goals. Just keep working. Just keep working. Yeah, you do have one more day if you're working on Saturday. My only goal for September was recovering from Women's World Cup coverage. TV worker here. It was all overnight. Oh, God. Yeah, I can imagine that is a little flat out at the end of it. I think I did all right with that. Nice. Eva says, I'm waiting on the Where Have I Been? I'm Back video on BC's channel. Just had to sub. Check your subs all. Nice. Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, if you're here and you're new, subscribe. So I was working mainly on video planning for October. I had some couple weeks worked out, and then I was starting to do like videos that will take more work in the second half of the month, trying to plan the content for that. What else do we have coming up for y'all? We've got karaoke. We've got a sale. We've got a book tag. We've got a new poll. Okay, so, and I've got a little haul, so that'll be my final break excitement. Here it is. So, longtime fans of the channel will remember that I got a planner a little bit ago. And it's a refill. So like it's a planner refill. I wasn't sure if I had the outside, but I thought I might. So I got the refill and I came back and I dug up all my old planners, and I did. So that was exciting. I've popped it in. It will start in November. So we're preparing a new planner, which is very exciting. But here's the thing. I no longer like nor respect a plain black and white planner. I need to jazz this up. This is the back. The front needs something here. I need some color. So my poll is going to be about, I know I have friends with fun sticker websites. They've got sticker merch. They've got sticker designs. They've got fun things. I want to get some stickers from somewhere and have it be the theme of my planner for the next year. So I just put a little Post-it note here that says idea for poll, sticker for planner. So if you are a creator, you can put your links in there. If you've got cool stickers, put your link in there. If you know someone with cool stickers, put their link in there. Make it an affiliate link. I am very excited about this. So you'll see that pop up on Monday, I think, or whenever I planned it. Sunday. That would be 2 days, October 1. So new poll. And to go along with the new planner energy, I took myself to this place. Surprise. Did you know that Barnes & Noble bought Paper Source? I did not know that until last week. And I've been waiting patiently, not touching any of this stuff, so that I could make it like a little planner stationery haul. And finally, it is time. So I got cards, and I had to go through a lot of cards because they had a buy one, get one half off sale, but I can only buy those when they're already the less expensive ones. So one of them is the, it's Katie Daisy designs. So like the pretty colored font and watercolor look with nature. And then one of them is this midnight floral. So there's a little bit of foil on the cards. And you always need thank you cards because it's always good to be grateful. And then here's something that will be more evergreen. So planner stamps weekday set. So I've been looking for one of these, and Sunday goals, daily tasks, Friday cocktail. Well, that one I won't probably use, but like little check marks. So it's stamps. And I have ink pads and stamps already, but I didn't have like planner stamps. So when I saw this, it's made in the USA, even better. I was very excited. So I used to follow Rachel. I can't remember her channel name, but she was into witchy stuff and planner stuff and had designed her own sort of like drafting plan. And I didn't really get in with the drafting plan, but I really liked how she did her planners and like reflected on things. So that's cool. And then I totally broke down and got stickers. So not stickers for the front, not like the emblazoned theme for the year, but like planner stickers. So long ago, I got some of these from JC when her channel was just starting off. If you remember that long ago, JC Carpenter, I won a giveaway. So that was really cool. But these are like, love this, to do, work it, I don't know, workouts, haircuts. Well, I don't need any of those, but like little reminder things. So I couldn't resist. And then this, which I've resisted for 2 years, Pipsticks, planner stickers, book. So all the little things that sort of key you into looking at things at a glance and knowing like what's coming or how you did if you're looking backwards. And I really value that. So I finally splurged and got the book. So yeah, that was my little planner stationery haul. And I hope you will, if you have stickers, drop a link in the poll when it comes up on Sunday. But other than that, like I said, lots of fun videos in October, which will start on Sunday. Oh my goodness, I missed a bunch of chats. Let's see. Okay, so we were talking about BC's channel. And then, okay, Jim's talking about his book, Savage Skies. The principal female character was called Delilah, which is a strange coincidence, having read Adsom. Yeah. Delilah is quite an unusual name in fiction these days. Tag already subscribed and liked. Hope y'all support a creator. Might come back to you. Yes. Karaoke is on my channel in October, so I think the second Saturday is the 14th. So look out for that. We switch back and forth between Barrett Laurie's channel and mine to host. Yes, AuthorTube karaoke. Yeah, it'll be good. JC has been on and she gets down with her like diva microphone self. It's amazing. I can't wait to see that again. Yes. Yep. Always good to have the creator show up after all. Plus, I can't resist miss any karaoke unless I absolutely have to. I love to hear it. I like that. Second Saturday of every month and the alternate channels. Thank you. Yep. Supplying the deets. So glad y'all carried it on during my sabbatical. It's always so much fun. Second Saturday. Doo-doo. And always want to get a peek at the Book of Shadow light planner inclined witches make. I feel like they're baller with fun scrapbook witchy vibes. Yeah. So the old one is very well tended to, right? Let's see if I could do a flip through. Like there's some stickers, there's highlighting, there's lots of notes. There's like, this is fabric tape actually, that I raided from the attic when I was helping my parents clean stuff out in the sewing section. You know, you never know when you'll find little treasures. But yeah, I do like scrapbooky stuff for the month layouts. It's fun. It's really, really fun. And it helps you feel, I don't know, energized to like be motivated. So yeah. So many stickers. PC says, I think I'll add stickers to my merch store this upcoming year. Sounds fun and need some new merch anyway. I dig it. So watch for that poll. Maybe you'll have like the one that'll be my vibe for 2024. So anyway, very excited about that. And I did my haul. So yeah, I did not know that Barnes & Noble had bought Paper Source. But when I went in, they said, do you have a Barnes & Noble card? And I said, why? And they said, because you can use it here. I was like, what? which makes sense because like half of a Barnes & Noble is merch and stationery stuff. So that was a good move for them. But how was I not aware of it? That's what baffles me. Yes. So wrapping up in the last 5 minutes. I've heard about your September goals. I've heard about Jim's current reads. Anyone else reading something currently? Fiction, nonfiction, poetry? Drop it in the chat. Ooh. I feel like there's like 5 to 10 seconds of lag between the broadcast and the hearing it and the processing and the writing. So I'll just tap here a little bit. Last reminder that this is the sticker. I have a fireside chat with fellow booktuber Dia from Novel Idea. And I think I will be reading more of The Fatal Shore tonight. The other books I'm reading are a World War II historical fiction and a Robin Hobb Live Ship Traders, my first ever Robin Hobb, after confusing Robin Hobb with Robin McKinley for years. So now I can definitely say they are very different. I've read a couple Robin McKinleys, and this is my first Robin Hobb, and I'm like, okay. But she's in that like big fat book, epic fantasy type deal. So maybe I'll do that. Dia likes cozy books, but she reads fantasy too. We'll see what she's reading tonight, but that should be nice. Oh, right. So BC says, my ADHD makes me too inconsistent and hard on myself to make or maintain a planner. I can barely maintain my working grimoire and book of shadow and light. Hey, whatever works for you, right? I was sort of challenging myself since I wasn't doing writing this month of September to do 2 types of exercise goals, the walking 20 miles a week and the going to a gym that I did like a 1 month card for 3 times a week. And it's working out. It worked out, I should say. I've got 1 more week on it. And also the morning page plus another journaling prompt for a Patreon buddy. And that got dropped in the last week. I was like, I'm not feeling the extra benefit from 2 times journaling. So we're just going to pause. You just got to go with what feels like it's actually benefiting you for sure. Yeah, there's some lag. I see it when I'm on Paper Tiger's live stream. She is always live streaming when I'm checking things. I love it. And it's great that she can get things done that way. Yeah, that's good. Jim says, Chemistry of Tears. I'm halfway through for Straya September. Chemistry of Tears. I don't know that one either. Is that one of Scott's recommendations? He's got all the new stuff. She likes to post her chat screen live. Yeah, she's got a more involved setup, I think, than StreamYard can do. I think she's got OBS or Restream or something that allows for that, which I don't. BC says, no matter which streaming platform anyone uses, there's always some delay lag between chat and stream. Yeah, no, it's like, it's going to space and back. It's okay. I was just like feeling awkward about the pause and trying to fill it in with random information. I do that when I stream too, usually. Posting the chat lets everyone follow along easier. It helps me in case I miss stuff. Yeah, that's good. And Eva said phone call pulled me away. Well, that's fine. You're here for the final minute. Last reminders and thank yous to everybody for tuning in. We had a spooky timer from HK Darkwood. We had Victober pile of possibilities for October in 2 days. We had a Blackoweenathon pile of possibilities for October in 2 days. And we had a little stationery haul and looking forward to a little sticker pull. So look out for those. And hopefully I will see some of you tonight if you're not asleep in different time zones with novel idea on my channel for a fireside chat. Thank you for being here, friends. This was delightful and I feel supported. So happy Friday, happy Friday, happy reading, and take care, everybody. Talk to you soon.